Hey, welcome. Happy Tuesday, and welcome to the Score Software Training. I am Coach Viv, and we had a few questions before we kicked off with the recording session. So, just to get back with you, Trey. So, I am going to share my screen. Make sure I do it all the way. All right. So, Trey, are you looking?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So, are you logged in right now?
I have my computer logging in right now to get to the home page.
Okay. So go ahead and log on in. Let me know once you're logged in.
All right, I'm logged in. Yeah, I'm logged in on the admin side.
Okay. All right. So, once you log in, go here to settings. Do you see settings on your left-hand panel?
Yep, I do.
Okay. So click on settings and then click on agreement.
Uh-huh.
And under agreement, then you would come scroll down to where it says funding mode override agreement. You see that?
Yep.
All right. So you would hit that. Um, and you would like you would turn it on and you will see the warning. So basically it's saying you're disabling the score machine minimum fundability safeguard. This may increase clients denial. All approved outcome will be your responsibility. Score machine is not reliable for funding results, right? So
Yep.
you would acknowledge here, put in your information, and then you will click on enable override.
Uh, Done.
Okay, so you did that?
Yeah, it says all clients can access something like access to the funding page,
Yeah,
regardless
so
of
okay.
qualification.
So all right, so the next thing what you would do is that you will go to that's where I was sharing my screen. Sorry. The next thing you would do is that you would go here to the work area. Then you will find
Uh,
your client, your girlfriend, right?
yep,
Okay,
got
click on
it.
her name.
Mm-hmm.
And then you will go all the way to funding is what you would do. And then um so
Funding
the
audit or funding apply?
funding apply.
All
And then you
right.
should be able to see cards there once you click on it. Acknowledge and continue. And then we typically use the hybrid mode or we use the DYI builder. The AI matched is it asks for like tokens. So the hybrid in a DYI build. And you should see some cards that comes up for her.
Okay, here, I'm gonna just show you my screen.
Okay, so let me stop sharing.
All right.
Okay, go ahead and share this one.
Yeah. Oh, right there. All right. So this is where it's at. It says,
Uh-huh. There.
yeah,
Click on that,
which
the
one?
hybrid mode, and hit active. It should be there, and then scroll down. And what do you see?
There's approved sequence. American Express now applied first, second.
Okay. So what happens is that the software pulls up recommendation for you, and then the fourth one is what you can you can pull up yourself. So if you're trying to do a funding sequels here, so
Mhm.
right now it's under both. Um, so it's under both. You can change it up here to personal or business. Um,
Oh, yeah.
once you have the compatible credit, so right now she's showing the 15, but the 15 is will show as, an authorized user.
Mhm.
So, with that said, but as you know, I would really start out just talking with you. I would really start out with Navy Federal because it's hard. It's hard to do compatible credit when you don't have it. Like, you got the American Express, Bank of America. Which accounts does she have relationships with already? Which banks?
Navy Chase.
So she has Navy
Mm-hmm.
Federal, and then she has Chase.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With Chase, I'm really familiar with like Chase Business, and you saying that she don't have her LLC just yet, right?
No, I was going to create it and all that stuff today.
Okay. So definitely create her LLC, because with my Chase, when they were giving out the bag, I didn't do like the 150, 175 when they was doing it. I didn't do that myself,
Mm-hmm.
because I was in the process of getting the house and all of that stuff. And so I didn't do it. But now, unless you have the bank relationship managers and stuff like that. And if you go to Chase, they do have them, inside there. But it's not like how it used to be. They're looking for you to have, you know, money, at least 10K, um, you know, coming into your account, not having any, I'll say, um, zero balance over like a certain period of time, like 24 hours or, certain like that, making sure that you keep, money inside your account with Chase. So I wouldn't want to mess up the situation with Chase if I don't have comparable credit, just to be honest. Um, so if you have Navy Federal and you get a card for Navy Federal, that'll put you in the game.
Okay, so even with her not having any credit cards, but she has the players loan for 3,000, that's 90% paid off. Um,
Mhm.
and it's been at least 4 months or so since she's had her Navy Federal. Probably still just go ahead and run the Navy, like at least apply for her Navy Federal card, even if she's not pre-qualified for one.
So where are you getting like the pre-qualified from Navy Federal? What do you mean? Tell me about
On
that.
her
Who told you
on
that?
on
Oh,
her
I'm
app.
sorry. Let me let some people in. Apologize.
Oh yeah, yeah, no problem. On her app, I went and did the pre-qualification tab so
Mm-hmm.
that to see if she would pre-qualify for any Navy Federal cards because I tried to do the pre-qualify for American Express, but
Mm-hmm.
they didn't approve it. Um,
Right.
Even though she doesn't like her her scores are, great. Like I said, she's uh, seven, you know, all the way across the board. It's just the only thing that she doesn't check is the one where it says like the whole
The compatible credit with the 5K.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Welcome in,
that's
welcome in everyone. How y'all doing?
that's the only thing.
Yeah. Um, Hi everyone. It didn't hurt. I definitely would try, definitely like I said, Navy Federal before I try anybody else, because since you already said with the American Express, the prequel and stuff like that. But I'll be back tomorrow and I'll reach out to to see in my pipeline, like who for new beginners, like who they going to and who they using to see if I can get you some banks.
Got it. Okay. Sounds
But
good.
and you said 4 months with Navy Federal. How long she been with Chase?
Some years.
How many years? Look on there. Look on her account for me to tell me exactly. Like go to the work area.
Where would
Go
it
to
say?
go go to her name
Mhm.
and then go to credit war map and go down to step 4.
Or
Mm-hmm. Do you see account agent strategy?
account aging strategy?
Yeah,
Mm,
step 4, account agent strategy. You see credit war map? Welcome
yeah.
in,
Oh, yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. Step four,
Okay.
account aging strategy.
Yeah. You see Chase? It should give you the age. But you say
Let's see.
she don't have a card, right?
No,
Nothing
no
with Chase.
card.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, just her debit card.
Yeah, ask her how long, or have her to call Chase to see how long she's had an account,
Okay.
because I need to know that. And then just send me a message, let me know how long she's been with Chase.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, and you're in the paid in full community, right?
Yes, that's yep.
Okay, all right. So hit me up there and let me know, and then I'll see what I can work with for you to help her out.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Hi, welcome in everybody. Quick question. Do everyone have the score machine? Is there anybody that's new here? If you can come off mute and let me know.
I don't have the square machine. My name is Tamir Hatcher.
Okay. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Hello. Thank you.
Okay. And anybody else who's new and do not have the score machine?
Hi, I'm new. I don't have a school machine.
Hi, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Okay. All right, so they kind of tell us where we need to be when it comes to training. So welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Coach Vivian, and let me share my screen again because I was answering some questions. So 1 second. Okay. All right, so this is the score machine. This is our home page. On the home page, we're gonna go over the prices, right? So just to let you know, our different subscription plans. So with the score machine, we have 4 subscriptions. We have Foundation, which is $28.88 a month. One user meaning that is you. So typically the users is if you have somebody for your team. So as you see, other plans has 5 users, 20 users, and it has unlimited users for the elite. So if you get the 2888, so it's 1 users, 1 client. It has standard customer service support. So everything else is the same. If you go over here to the more minimum, it's 148.88. It's 5 users, 30 clients, and all the benefits are the same. Besides, you get priority customer service. For the accelerate, it's 28. 228.88. It's 20 users, 100 clients, right? And it's also priority support. So all the other features are the same. For our unlimited, this is the one that most of our subscriptions user is on. It is the $297.88, unlimited users, unlimited clients, All the other benefits, and all of the subscriptions comes with the credit repair tool. And then also it has the priority customer service. So these are our 4 subscription plans that we have. It shows monthly, and then also if you want to click and if you wanted to see the yearly comes with 2 free months. So that's a benefit there. So if you wanted to pay yearly, you could do that as well. Also want to talk about the joint affiliation. And so with the joint affiliation, if you wanted to earn commissions, because you will see, once we go over the training, you will see the affiliate link. So you would come here if you wanted to earn commissions using your affiliate link, you would come and fill out your personal information, and you would create a password, and you would join as affiliate. So this is what you need to do to get that affiliate link active. Okay. So then we will sign in. I'm already signed in. And so with the score machine, gonna go over. If you have any questions, let me know, everybody. All right. So this is our elite version. With the elite version, you see the client status breakdown. We have total inside our sandbox profile. We have a total of 13 clients. Out of the 13 clients, 12 are not fundable, 3 are in progress, 1 match ready, 2 new clients this month, and 0 are inactive. So inside the score machine, we have a total banks, 4,565 banks, and those banks has a total of 14,528 available products. And so what that means is that when we talk about products, we're talking about credit cards, we're talking about loans, lines of credit, and all of that. And this is what it means when we say products. Welcome in, everybody. This is our AI fundability overview. So this right here helps you just say if you're taking like KPIs, or this is something that you can use with your meetings if you're trying to get your VA to report items. So, you can talk about the 12 clients needs negative items removed. You can talk about the 11 clients that has stalled profiles. You want to know why they have stalled profiles. Is it because it's somebody that you was doing, just showing them how the software worked, or is it clients that you submitted disputes for? So you want to know why. And then one client is fully fundable. So hopefully, if you're doing credit repair, that you already have affiliate link, right? So the score machine recognizes 3 credit monitoring platforms. We do MyScore IQ, Identity IQ, and My Free Score Now. So if you do not have affiliate link, we do have one for you that you can use inside inside your dashboard. You will see My Score IQ. If you would like to use it, you could copy here, click on register now, or you can scan the QR code. Here for clients logins, if you have clients and you want your clients to be able to log in as a read mode only, they can follow along with their client journey. You could copy this and you can send this to them, and they'll be able to log in and they'll be able to see what's going on again with their journey. Onboarding link. So again, we can add our clients on the top. Anywhere you says add to CRM, add to CRM. If you don't have a lead, it may say add new client. So, but this is how you add the clients, right? So these are the 3 credit monitoring platforms: My Free Score Now, Identity IQ, My Score IQ. And then also you would need your client. So they would need to have an active account before we're able to add them to the score machine, right? So you're going to need their email or their usernames, and you're also going to need their password. And that is for My Free Score Now. If you or your client has Identity IQ or My Score IQ, we're going to need the last 4 of the social security number, right? So you're going to still need the same information, but those 2 last credit monitoring platforms do requires the last four digits of your social security number. We also suggest that for you don't have to just keep interrupting your clients, that if they do security questions, that one of the security questions is the last four of their social security number, because you may have a different IPP address and it may not recognize you. So that's just something that we just want to let you know. So this is how you add a new client here, and you would just add client. But with the onboarding link, so you have the choice where you can onboard your client, or you can send the link and your client can onboard themselves. It'll be the same. It all looks the same, when they go to onboard themselves. Here is the referral link that I was talking about. Here is that, that you'll be able, once you've created your affiliate, once you've signed up to be affiliate, you'll be able to use this link and to share it to earn commissions. And I'll show you how the affiliate dashboard looks here in a minute. This is just a quick action where you can go and you can get the credit report. If you wanted to go to settings, you could click on this, but this is the affiliate dashboard here. So with the affiliate dashboard, so everybody's looking for ways to earn extra stream of income, right? So this is the dashboard. Once you're signed up, this is what you will see. So just say that we have, I'll just say 25 members. If we had 25 members, and you'll be earning commissions, you will see the all-time revenue here. You will see this monthly earning. You would also see active MRR, recurring revenue. Once you got to 100 referral users, the commission would change from 10% it would increase from 10%. Your client pipeline, you will see active paying, pending, unpaid, cancel, and churning. So this is very important, because if you're earning the amount, you want to know the lost commissions, the non-renewals, right? And so you want to always, if you have people that's in your pipeline, that they are attending our 5 days a week. Monday through Thursday is our training, and Friday is typically our mastermind, right? So you want to make sure that they are on these calls, right? And that they're understanding the benefit of using the score machine. So this is the payout, pending payouts, and this right here is your affiliate leadership, right? And so you may have somebody that's bringing in 7 referrals, right? And so you want to recognize who is bringing in the most referrals. And then you may want to give them like a gift card or something like that, okay? So this is the referrals. So the left side is kind of breaks down in detail with the dashboard. Dashboard is pretty much for the overview. Here is the more details. So referral management, right? So this is everybody. This will be those 25 people. You'll be able to contact them, right? So if you're on the call, and if your VA or whoever's on the call and you don't see somebody that's your 25 people, I would check in with them. And this is the information that's provided here for you. This again is the breakdown of the earnings and payments here. This, you always kind of will see what we saw on the dashboard here on the top. So this is the overview, payment history, earnings, and trends. So with the referral link, we have 2 different referral links. What you saw on the score machine dashboard is the product, right? So product, think of one-to-one is product. And then you also see like invite. Invite is that it's best for recruiting partners, influencers, coaches, team members. So anyone that has a large network, you can share the affiliate, your affiliate link with them. Okay, you're gonna have to come over here to the portal to get this referral link. But what happens is that you're not only earning 10%, but now you're earning an extra 5% lifetime value of anybody that they bring on underneath them, right? And this is the invite the large group. You'll be able to track your commissions earnings. You'll be able to see what was paid, approved, pending, rejected. And so you will see that here as well. And this is this description. So you see this description here because some may say, well, I don't want the score machine. I just want to earn commissions for being, for the affiliates. And so those who may be for the affiliate later on, they say, well, hey, let me look at the subscriptions because now I want to join, right? So this is why you see that here. To generate the link will just take you back to your referral links if you click on that. And here at the bottoms where it says settings, this is where you get your profile to update your profile information. And this is where when it comes to your referral here is where you set up your name. This is your slug. So just say if I wanted to say Coach Viv, Coach Viv, this is where I changed my slug and you see it here, but we're not going to save it. We'll just keep it at the sandbox because this is the slug for this portal. All right, so now we're going to take you back here. Like if you already have the score machine, you're able to go back. If you don't have the score machine and you're just doing the affiliate, you won't be able to see the elite. You have to have a subscription to be back over here. So that was just quickly showing you the dashboard. It's great to have a dashboard because typically when you're doing affiliates, you may need to have something like Go High Level. But the developer Batty and the team has created the dashboard for us. And so that's great. This is another status breakdown of what we saw earlier. So this is just another chart of seeing it. Here is talking about the total month's performance. So if you have, again, somebody that's reporting, you could talk about how many new clients is inside the score machine this month. How many clients got funded? Reports pulled. How many reports was pulled? Funding invoice paid. So there is, and I'll show you that you can set up to get your invoices paid. So meaning that if you get funded inside the score machine, that you'll be able to pay the invoice. Here it talks about the client's pipeline, and this is great because this is showing you who was funded, who is match ready, who's not funded. New this month and inactive, it will show you that. And then also this is like the clients, but we have under CRM is where the clients management is, but this is a quick way if you wanted to get to the clients. So underneath the clients, if you wanted to delete a client, if you wanted to disable a login for a client, and then also if you wanted to view the full profile, you could do that as well. So now we're going to come over here to the left side to the CRM. This is our client management. Here, if you had like a lot of clients and you just wanted to find a client quickly, you can put in, the name and it will pull up. We're going to pull up Eileen Batty. I love this because with this right here, what you will see, yes, it does. Okay, what you will see here is that with the score machine is that you will see right away that your client is fundable, right? So underneath the overview, you're going to see the 3 credit reporting agencies, you're going to see the credit score, and then you're going to be able to see the status. I want to know right away that my client is fundable because I would know which tabs I need to go to. We're going to go over all the tab A through Z, but if your client is fundable, you don't need to go through all those tabs, right? So, and I'll show you, it's only 2 tabs really that you need to go to if your client is fundable. Okay, so this is, again, the overview. It has the client summary, the contact information, the location. It has the score improvement, if your score was improved, and it shows how many points. It shows you rounds. So we've generated dispute letters using this the sandbox, right? So it's showing rounds that we were on because it's 6 rounds. It shows if any documents was missing. Status, we're ready for funding. It shows the overall progress. It says right here, everything is on track, continue to building the profile. And then it also shows when the credit report was uploaded. It shows the dispute letters generated, right? The last day. It shows when the document was last updated. And then it shows when the profile was completed. Here for your profile and documents, you want to make sure all of the personal information is complete. The work details, and it's just really your social security numbers is here, part of your social security numbers. Your residence information is complete. Platform information. So let's just say if anybody is using one of the credit monitoring and they change their email and their password. So we need to have the updates because this is how we're going to get the new reports, right? So we need to make sure we always ask our clients is, have you, again, monthly generated a new credit report using those credit monitoring sites, and have you changed any of your have you changed your email or your password? For when we get ready to do our disputes, these are the identity documents that we need. So for government ID, we can use passport, state ID, driver's license. So security numbers, we can use social security card. We can use the W-2. We can use the first page of the tax return. Proof of address. We can use bank statements, utility bills, phone bills, and any recent address proof. Other documents that we can upload here. We can upload, something if we have a data breach. We can also upload power attorneys, letter affidavits. If we have anything for the bankruptcies from the court, LexisNexis, anything that you feel like will help your situation, we can upload when we see other documents here. And these are the items that would be part of your disputes. All right, so here you see the credit report. This will show you every time a new report was fetched. Credit score. This will show each month. If you did a new credit report, it will show you your score for each month. So you'll be able to see if the score goes ups and down. So here we have power attorney. If you have one, you can upload it there. Generated letters. We're going to come back here once we generate a dispute letter. Equifax settlement. There is data breaches. Equifax, out of the 3 credit reporting agencies, Equifax is the only credit reporting agency that has a website dedicated to that. We do have a post inside the Paid in Full community. If you're not in the Paid in Full community, let me know. And at the end of the training, we will I can add you to that. So also, if you're trying to do any credit freeze for secondary bureaus, these are some of the top secondary bureaus here. Inside the Paid in Full community, inside the classroom, we do have a list of other secondary bureaus as well. Okay. So now we're going to go to employees. So remember we were talking about the users. This is what we're talking about, like for team management. So if you had a team and you want to assign roles and give permissions, this is where you would add your team. So you would create a profile for your team member, make sure it's active, create them a password, and then you would create. And so now they'll be able to go and to manage those roles and those permissions. So basically, they'll be able to log into the score machine. They'll be able to do functions for credit repair as well as for funding, right? Just say your client, your team member, if you wanted to edit, you can edit by clicking on the 3 dots underneath actions. You can deactivate or you can remove your team member. Work area, we're going to come back here because this is where we do majority of all our work here. And then also for feature requests, if you have any new ideas and suggestions, you would click on here for new ideas and fill this out, your description, if you have any attachments, and you will submit the new ideas there. AI coach, this is up and coming, so nothing is there yet. For the knowledge base, with the knowledge base, this is like an online class. We really don't really use this too much now. We kind of use the paid in full school community, but like if for classrooms, so let's just say if you clicked on classrooms and you watch the videos and you start, it's as if you're starting an online class. So this is where, mapping out the leadership and the about as if it was a class. However, we do have directory. If you would like to apply for the directory and add your business information, you'll be able to share it here where others can reach out and they can contact you. So you can do that. That's new. Again, we went over the subscriptions already. We have 4 subscriptions. We have our Elite for $297, our Accelerator for $228.88, Momentum $148.88, and then we have the Foundation $28.88. And so, again, unlimited is unlimited users, unlimited clients. It does come with the credit repair tools. All of the subscriptions does. And this is priority customer service. And so the difference here with the Accelerates is 20 users, 100 clients. Here for the Momentum is 5 users, 30 clients, and users is your team members. And then for Foundation, you have 1 users and 1 client, and it's standard customer service. That's the difference. For support. Underneath support, we have a fantastic support team. Most of the times, if you're calling, you may get Ray Anderson. He's our customer service manager. If you would like to get a hold of our support team, please contact them between the hours of Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is the number you can call or you can text. You can also email. The email responds within 24 hours, and then we have the live chat. Settings. So underneath settings, you can update your profile information. Security, you change your password. Underneath agreements, we come here, and underneath here, we want to point out the funding module override. So let's just say with the override that you have a client that's 99.9%. They meet all of the criterias, right? The only thing they may not have is let's just say compatible credit, because with the compatible credit, you need to have the 5K. So they may have everything, but they may not have that, right? And so if you want to override that feature, you can come here and click on disable. You would read the warning, and it tells you basically you're disabling the fundability safeguard, and you would click on, you would acknowledge, you would fill out your name, and you would hit the enable to override, right? And so with that, you would go to funding and apply, the very last tab, and then you will be able to see the credit cards are the creditors there on the last tab. But this is how you override it, where you can see the creditors or the lenders. All right, so here we'll come back to the invoice. So now we're going to come here to the work area. So underneath our work area, again, we can search for our client. We only have 11, so I can come here. So remember we were talking about overriding. So if we override, we would come here to funding applied. However, if our client is already fundable, again, we don't have to go through all of these tabs, right? If my client is already fundable, all I have to go here is underwriting, assessment, or if I know they're good to go, I can come here to funding applied. This is where the credit repair to do the dispute letters are here. So for those who was asking about that, it is here. The other tabs is really to help you. So if you're inside the Paid in Full community, you will see that we want to make sure that you have everything that you need to be able to do your discovery calls, everything that you need to be able to do your month-to-month touch-ups with your clients. Everything you need. We just went over Friday, we went over the credit analysis, right? That's inside the Paid in Full community. We have uploaded the templates for you inside there, like if you wanted to do a credit analysis, because it's 4 ways to earn income with the score machine: credit repair, funding, also with being the affiliates, having the affiliate referral where you can earn commissions, and then also doing the credit analysis. You have the information. So if you want to, and let me go over that for those who wasn't here on Friday. And again, if you need access to the paid in full community, let me know. And then I can do it at the end. So today, you'll see, all right, so credit analysis using the score machine. So if you click on this, you'll be able to see all of the attachments. So you'll see the PowerPoints, which you can modify. You see the PowerPoints for your client who's fundable, who's not fundable, right? And so basically the PowerPoints should kind of match your report, right? So again, modify accordingly. So this is the PowerPoints for your clients. Here are the your action plans, right? Very basic, y'all. Your action plans, but you're going to get the information from the score machine and you're going to give them an action plan. With the action plans, you're going to put the action plan inside either your Go High Level, if you want a job form, if you have the Lovable app, because you want it to be very professional that you're sending them a report about what's going on. So when you have the credit analysis, what you can do is that you can sell that anywhere from $50 to $200. If you want to say, okay, $97, but you're charging $200 and you want to apply the other $100 for credit repair or whatever, you can do that too. But this is what hopefully everybody is promoting this week here, because you have the software. All you have to do is upload the credit report, and then the system is going to give you the analysis. So we already have the format for you here, and you should be posting this. This is a way to make money. The system is doing it for you, right? You just need to find the vessel or how you want to present the report for it to look professional. Okay, everybody good with that? So we just want to make sure, again, that you know that we're making income, credit repair funding, again, the Score Machine affiliate program, and the credit analysis. 4 ways to earn income. All right, so we are back here. So with the tabs, again, these are the tabs that you're going to use for your credit analysis, right? So when you have a new client, and all clients may not need this, but if you have a new client and you want to make sure that they understand their credit and how credit affects them, you want to come here. You want to let them know that it's 3 credit reporting agencies. All 3 operate independently. You want to let them know what exactly is on their report: personal information, account, credit accounts, credit inquiries, public records collections. You want to know why it's important. Credit's important because we're trying to get those 4,000 plus products that we talked about, right? The credit cards, the loans, the mortgages, and get better terms and lowest interest rate, right? So credit affects our employment and housing. It also affects the insurance premium. It also affects trying to rent an apartment, buy a car, everyday purchases, utilities, services, purchasing a home, financial education, starting and expanding your business. So here, what you will see again, mostly you'll see the credit reporting agencies, just in case. We always have the score on the pages, but here we also want to know like the factors that influence your credit score: payment history, making sure on time, making sure the credit utilization is below 30%, the length of your credit history, credit mix, making sure you have the 5 through 8 accounts, or you have the 10 to 11. That's perfect, 10 to 11. New credit, making sure that, you're careful with getting the new accounts. This client has negative items. The only negative items they have is the 9 inquiries. And so, but it does show if you have late payments, collections, charge off, public records. Overall utilization is 10%. It shows here, it shows about those inquiries with the creditors, the bureaus, the date of increase, and the industries. If they had any bad accounts, it would show, and this is showing all of their good accounts here. So with the progress report, all right, so the progress report, again, it shows the three credit reporting agencies. It shows a score. If you had, so again, if you have any assistants, and they're reporting, talking to you all, and they're talking about the clients that's inside the score machine, they could talk about, the report, the previous report date. They could talk about the new report. They could talk about the negative items removed, what was removed since the previous and new since the previous, right? This is the credit trends. This is just showing the breakdown of the of those factors that we had talked about. This right here is showing the model and the average and when it was refreshed. And again, you will see, I'm not for sure if I put it on there, but if I had a report, that report that I showed on the PowerPoint, when it got to this section, I would make sure that I use my laptop and I use my snippet tools, or however you want to do it, right? But I would make sure that I'm putting this type of information on my report when I'm talking to my clients, right? Anything you don't want on here, copy this and put it into ChatGPT and ask them to remove it, right? If you don't want this here or anything, but you can put this on your report when you're showing them the presentation, right? So you want to just make sure anything that you want from the score machine to be on that presentation, you can copy and you can paste it and show your clients. All right, so here's talking about the negative items again. When we do upload a new report here, what it's going to show different, that this is showing that it's due. When we upload the next report, it's going to show what's still present, or it's going to show what has been removed for these inquiries. It shows the credit history, right? So the average age, it shows the oldest account, the recent increase, and it shows the good standings is 71 accounts. So when we showed about the 10% overall utilization is because we have the 71 accounts, right, across the three credit reporting agencies. And the 10% is overall across the three reporting agencies. All right, so underwriting here. So anytime you see like items here, you can click on the items. What it does is pull this, it pulls it to the top. So we keep it on overview because we go down the list. But see here for client information, like credit score, it'll bring it to the top. So, okay, so this is why you can click on those. But here for the client information, it shows this. Again, it shows the score. But what's most important under underwriting is, do you qualify? So this right here is the criteria. This is the data points, as others may say. And the model that we use is if you're driving a vehicle. So, and you come to a traffic light. So green is good to go. The yellow is proceed with caution, and the red is not eligible. Okay, so with this client across all three credit reporting agencies with the criterias, so yours may say 700. So don't worry about the 700. This right here is 730 because this is our training module that we use. But the score, so we'll say 700 plus. Yes, they meet this criteria, and they can apply for both personal and business funding, right? So here with utilization is good. It's below the 30%. Minimum 5 open primary cards with 2 years of good payment history, right? So inside the paid in full community, we do have, examples, showing you, if you type in credit mix, what primary cards you could probably use to get the primary cards. Out of those 5 cards, 2 needs to have 5K limits. And so with the 5K limits, If you have a significant other, you have family members, you have friends, anybody has a 5K already, I would find out what bank they have, if they would let me, and to see if I can be a joint member. So to see what the creditors add you as a joint member, not authorized user, but the joint member, right? And that would help you with the issue with primary cards. So reach out to those creditors and see would they add you as a joint member and see how that goes. No more than 4 unsecured account open in the past 4 months. It's yellow here because TransUnion, it says under 4 inquiries. TransUnion has 4 inquiries. The no collections, charge off, payment history, bankruptcy. So here we're good to go. If you are not good to go, if your client is not good to go, it's going to say go to credit repair. It's not going to say go to funding, right? So go to funding is really just going to take you to the last step to funding. Okay. So because we're doing training, I'm going to keep going. But so remember, we were talking about the 10% when we talk about the debt utilization. So for TransUnion, it's actually 10.5. For Experian, it's 8.2. And for Equifax, it's 10.5, the utilization. And that's overall utilization. Here, we're going to talk about the inquiries again, where it just shows the bureau, the creditors, and date of the inquiries. And this is something that's kind of new, where it's talking about the accounts. So you can see what accounts is under TransUnion. You can see what accounts is under Equifax and what accounts is under Experian here, as well as you can see when the open dates are and the age, the credit limits, the balances, 30% pay down. And again, it shows the bureaus and the accounts. So for pay down here, this right here is helping us because it gives us, if we're trying to get our cards down to 30%, this is telling you, first of all, we have 3 accounts. If you see them 3 times, it's because it's on the credit reports. If it's on all 3 credit reporting agencies reports, if you see it 3 times, okay? So really, it's just 3 accounts. So we have 3 accounts that's over the 30% that we need to pay down, okay? So we have the Amazon, we have the CBNA, and then we also have we'll just say the network here, okay? To pay it down to 30% is $1,654. If we're trying to get it to 25%, this is the amount, 20, 15, 10, 5, and to pay it off, right? So this is what you see here. The great thing here underneath this tab, you can click on it and it gives you payment options, right? So if I want to get it down to 30%, it's going to tell me if I wanted to pay daily, if I wanted to pay 52 weeks, monthly, and yearly. It will let me know how much I need to pay. The most important thing here is that if you're doing credit repair, right, you want to make sure that you have the utilization down. I know the utilization is saying 10% overall, but the creditors do look at revolving accounts, individual accounts, right? Especially since they're reporting on all 3 agencies. So you want to have a plan that you're taking care of this, trying to get this taken care of before you're doing your funding. So I always say 30 days before that you're going to apply for funding, you want this taken care of, because that credit report is what's going to be pulled and used. So with high utilization, you have Navy Federal. Navy Federal has the consolidation loans. You can go to Best Eggs, SoFi, Prosper, as well as LightScreen, right? If you need help and stuff like that for your high utilization. All right. So the next one is going to be Credit War Map. We do have a post inside our Paid in Full community for this. So if you want to use the For inquiries, let's just talk about how many ways to deal with inquiries. So with inquiries, we can call over the phone to get inquiries removed. We can go and we can submit a letter, and this is kind of what the GPT does, is like it's a chat GPT. What you do is that you copy everything here, and when you copy it, you put it inside of the GPT, and it will do a dispute letter for you. It's one letter, so you can mail it out yourself. You can upload it in the credit reporting agencies in their dispute portals, or the Total Post and Print team, our team, can mail it out for you, right? So those are the ways to kind of deal with inquiries. I'm not going to go over this because we are going to go over the credit. We're going to utilize the credit repair that's inside the system to take care of the inquiries. But if you wanted to do just a letter yourself, you could use chat GPT. Pretty much this is what this is here. Here for the credit product. So for the credit product, pretty much if you had your own M2 product, or if you was part of M2, underneath the settings, you could and I can go back to settings before we end, but you could add it here, because what it is just a one-stop shop for your client, right? So so you have the score machine, but if you do have an M2 product, you can add it here, and then your VAs or your team will be able to just be in one area at one time. So for the utilization here, this is it's like a placeholder just to help you here, but you can't click on those like before. Here for step 4, I love step 4 because this is telling us what are revolving accounts, right? So with your accounts, when you have your intake sheets, one of the questions you want to have for your clients is that you want to ask them who they have relationships with, especially if you're going to do funding, right? And so what you would use this here, step 4, for is like a check and a balance, right? But some may not have a closed accounts. Closed accounts, good standing closed accounts could be on your credit for up to 10 years. So you want to just make sure you know who they've had history with, especially if it's a closed account, because you may be able to go back to that creditor and you may be able to get the same card or other cards, and you may not, especially if it's an open account still, you may not get another hard inquiry and stuff like that, right? So you want to know who they already have relationship with and see what type of card they have, so you can see what other cards they have. So here you have authorized users, you have individual accounts, and then you also have joint accounts. So remember I was saying a joint account is just like having an individual account. So if you can hop on and have joint accounts with someone, that would be great, right? So and just contact the lenders to see what has to happen for you to be on joint accounts. All right, so it has the open date, the age, it shows the bureaus, and then the last 4 of the account numbers. Here for trade lines, I just want to say, if you're getting any trade lines, you want trade lines to be over 7 years. That's the minimum, right? So make sure that if you're calling trade line genies, trade line supply, or any other way you're getting trade lines, you want to make sure that it's over 7 years, okay? So this basically here is saying 26 unique trade lines. The average age, again, is 5 years, 6 months. The age pool, the oldest account, and the youngest account there, okay? So, all right, so we're getting ready to go here for the credit analysis and stuff like that. So you want to come here for a knowledge and to come. So basically we had this here. We had this here before we had the credit repair software in, but the great thing here, it shows, again, the accounts that you got 71 accounts, 0 in collections, 9 increase, utilization 10%, late payment here, right? Again, you can copy this and put this on your spreadsheet when you're doing your discovery, or if you're doing your credit analysis Zoom calls and stuff like here. What's important when we're talking about personal information? So you want to make sure that your personal information is the same across all 3 credit reporting agencies, that you have a date of birth, that you have a social, and that you have an address. Most importantly here, you want to make sure that you have, an employer. Like right here, you want to make sure you have an employer, because the creditors want to make sure that they're going to get paid, right? So the issue here, if you clicked on Run Engine, is that you will see it didn't match, because it's saying that it's 2's here, nothing's here, and 1 is here. So you can really call over the phone to handle this, and you could call and tell them if you're no longer with the media to remove it, or you can add all 2 here, or you can add the other one here, but 1 is enough. So these clause here is basically saying it didn't match. So if you needed a reason to dispute something, that these are the laws that you could use if you was trying to dispute if they wouldn't add something, or basically saying it didn't match. For the credit increase, again, I'm gonna show you how to do a dispute with the credit repair software. All right, so now the next thing is the credit repair software. So with the software, I do want to show you here inside the Paid in Full community is that Ray does have a step-by-step guide. So for those who have any questions when it comes to dispute letters, this is a step-by-step guide that would help you to navigate and to be able to do, your dispute letters. Okay. So it's here inside the community, but we're going to go and you're going to see that it's 5 steps, and it takes less than 5 minutes to do your dispute letter. So this is the credit repair. So remember, when you come in, you don't have to go to all of these. So once you go on the CRM, you'll be able to see right away if your client is fundable, right? So if my client is not fundable, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to come here to credit repair, okay? These other tabs is just to let you know if you want to do a credit analysis, okay? So if my client is not fundable, I'm going to come here. If my client is fundable, I'm going to come to funding. That's it. You don't have to go through all those tabs, okay? So we're doing credit repair, less than 5 minutes, 5 steps, okay? So first you're going to see the negative items. I do not want to deal with the personal information because remember, I can call over the phone. However, with the inquiries, so remember these are 3 credit reporting agencies here. I'm going to do all inquiries because they are not attached to open accounts. And so that's 1. The next thing is that I'm going to say the dispute type. So do I want a basic letter, standard letter, or enhanced? So I would think of less pages, right? Is when I'm doing this. Basic is a basic letter. Standard has more words for your dispute flow. And then enhanced words is stronger, has a stronger letter. So I'm going to do enhanced. And, you can kind of play around with this to see how the different letters is. So this is 2. The next one is my rounds. So we have 6 rounds. You have the initial, which is polite. Follow-up is firm. Escalate, legal. Demand is strict. Enforcement is threatening. Final notice is strong. So remember, it had already showed that I was on round number 4. So I would say, hey, it's been past 30 days. I want to go to round 5. So round 5. Here, I add this in as a step just to show you. So remember, we already uploaded this and underneath our credit profile on the CRM. However, if you don't have it, you can add it here. It will just be blank. And so you can upload your files here. If you wanted to delete a file or if you wanted to change a file, you can also do that here as well, because you want to make sure that your license is an active license, okay? So just make sure, and then like your bank statements, whatever document that you have here, if you want to upload like the latest one, if it's a different month, you can change that out too. So just make sure that you have some items here. So this is really us just checking because we've already taken care of this underneath the CRM. All right, so the next thing would be is to generate our letter. So remember, dispute type, the dispute rounds, making sure we got our documents, and then the fifth step is just to generate our letter. So now we're generating our dispute letter. So once it's finished, it will come up with a pop-up. Once we have that pop-up, then we're just gonna right here, generated 3 dispute letters, right? So then we're gonna scroll down and we're gonna see our letters. So we got a letter for TransUnion. We have a letter for Equifax. We have a letter for Experian. We're just gonna look at one set of the letters, okay? So I'm gonna open the letter here. Once I open the letter, I'm gonna see the contact information. I'm gonna see the credit reporting agencies. I'm gonna see the 4 negative items. So when you do enhance, you'll be able to see the accounts and you'll be able to see the date. Like on different letters, it may not have inside the bed of the letter, it may not have all of the accounts, but it will show at the beginning that these are the accounts, right? So, and then at the end, you're going to see the driver's license, and then you're going to be able to see the the documents as well as the other document. This is a document that was uploaded underneath the data breach here. So this is basically how our letter looks. Once we have a letter, you can download your letter yourself and you can send it mail, and hopefully you do certify, you be able to do it yourself, or you can send it to print, to the Total Post and Print. So you would make sure you have your name, and if you're doing it on behalf of your clients, it'll be your name, your best email, your best phone number. You can put a note if you want, sent on behalf of my client, right? And then you can say who your client is. And then you can hit send. I'm not going to hit send because it is live. It would go to the Total Post and Print. So we don't want to do that. All right. So I'm going to show you now underneath CRM. And I'm going to find the client again. And so again, under profile and documents. So remember at the bottom, this is how we added the documents here and the other documents. Here is showing generated letter. So it is, it was generated by the Sandbox. It was sent to all 3 credit reporting agencies. It was inquiries. It says the dispute round 5 here. And then it shows that the date and time. It shows that, if it was a printing status, it would have that. And if you wanted to, like, just say you downloaded it, but you don't know what the items are. If you want to download them again, you could. Or if you decided like, hey, last time I only downloaded the items, but I want to send it for print because I really don't have time. So you can come here and send it for printing here as well. Okay. So we're going to go back now. And then when we go back, yeah, so those was really it. It was just those 5 steps, right? So don't forget, like, this is unlimited letters that you can send a month. You do it, every 30 days, unless they come back. Just say if they came back in 15 days and they closed out the investigation, but they didn't remove it, and you don't think that it was everything was taken care of, then I'm gonna, on the 16th day, I'm gonna do my next dispute, right? So that the system also have debt consolidation. So if you want to set up a monthly reminder, so remember we had those 3 accounts that was over the 30%, I would make sure that if I didn't set up a monthly reminder, that I would have monthly reminders set up for those. This is the snowball payoff method. Snowball meaning balances all the way from lowest to the highest in order is how it's listed. It also shows payment plans for like the first 5 accounts and stuff like that. But the main thing here is that you want to schedule, you want to go to action, and I'm just going to go to 1 because one of the items that was over was for the network. I want to come here. I want to make sure it's 30%. I want to have it paid off in 4 months. The due date is the 5th, but it only sends a reminder. You could either, you kind of trick it and say what date you want the reminder come, or you can do the date to say that you want the reminder to be on the date that the payment's due. So you would put the 5th, but we have the 4th because we want the reminder the day before. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click enable payment reminder, and then I'm going to hit save. And so now on the 4th, I have the reminder here. This is when the it's going to be sent. So here on the bottom, like these are all the reminders that we've done doing training and stuff. So I have a reminder that I just set up for the 4th, and it's here for the 4th, and it's 4 months. But let's just say I'm done. I paid it off. Or I don't need it no more. I just come back here to action, click on the wheel. And then once I click on the wheel, I'll come back and it'll be here. And if I want to stop the reminder, I can stop and I will hit save. So this is pretty much, this is what this is for if you want to set it up for your client. This right here is a funding audit. So basically it's just giving a funding projection. So again, the software has funding for both personal and it has for business. So if you just want to see a personal, you could do that. If you just want to see business, but if you want to do both, you can do both projection. So for this client, is saying that it's the estimate for funding is mid-tier 51K to 100K for personal. For business, projection is upper 101K plus. It shows the credit score as well as for the credit score across the 3 credit reporting agencies and the inquiries, which is the same information on business. Shows the credit profile, the credit age, and revolving utilization, which is the same on the business. It shows possible cards, right? So it says 11 possible cards to reach between, the 51K to 100K. The 101K plus is showing 9 possible cards. What I would do with that information, I would, have a plan to say, what 11 cards that I'm thinking of, right? Is what I would do if it takes that for the 11 and 9. And it just shows the bureau logic and then the bureau in the same thing. The only difference here with business, EIN required, it shows, the possible score, and then it shows business profile verified. So if you're doing anything for anybody with business, I would want to see the documents. I would want to see the EIN document. I would want to see the standings and check myself to make sure the business is in good order, right? With business, I would make sure that, I have all the documents. If they need the operation documents, making sure all the documents matches, to make sure that the addresses matches, because that could be an issue and stuff like that. And you just want to make sure that the business is legitimate. All right, so our next one is funding. So with funding, again, once you meet the criteria, I like to, so I'll just start here, sorry. So this is the state that's inside the profile that you would see here. Both means that it's checked for both personal and business, but I like to start with business because again, once you met the criteria inside the score machine under underwriting, then I'm just going to come to like business, because most business, unless it's discovery or Capital One, that it don't that it's not gonna report like a hard inquiry. So if I can start with business first, I start with business first with my funding. And so that's why I changed it to here to business. Here also is talking about percentage. Typically the national percentage is 10%. If just say if you didn't charge any up fee for credit repair, you may want to charge 12.5, 15%, or you can customize to say what you want to charge, right? Here is showing like the total approved. So remember I was saying like you can pay your invoices. So over here is an invoice. So in the system, we've gotten paid, I've gotten approved 30K. So this is showing a total of 3,000, right? So when you look at the invoice, you will see total funded was 3,000. They charge the admin fee or 10%. So that's 3,000. So the balance due is 3,000. Once this balance due is paid, the 3,000 will come over here and then the total will be zero. You could use the pay now if you signed up for the 5-star processing, and I'm gonna pull that up inside the paid in full. So we do have a post on 5-star inside the community. You will see that Batty has teamed up with the Preferred Merchant 5-star. They understand high risk industries. If you're interested, you can click on the site to apply. If you have any questions, you can reach out to Rick. You can have more than one merchant users. When it comes to Scribe, and certain merchant users, like they stay away from high risk industries. So if you're interested, you can definitely reach out here inside the community. And so with the invoice, let me just say this real quick. Inside the invoice, you could print it here and you can send it to your client that way, right? Or if you set up the merchants, you can use this to pay. And I'm going to show you. It's under these settings. And so it's dealing with the merchant integration. So once you worked everything out with 5-star, you will get the credentials and you will fill that out. And then you should be able to pay invoices where it says pay the invoices and stuff like that. So that's how you would set it up in settings. So now I'm going to go back here with funding. So with funding, with this AI match, this requires tokens, so we don't really show this inside the training, but we recommend the hybrid mode. The hybrid mode is AI recommended, plus you can adjust. And it's also the DIY build. And so I'll go to the DIY build and then I'll come back to the hybrid mode. All right. So with the DIY build, here you can click all, or you can create if you're just trying to get a credit card. Or a loan, the SBA loan, loans, line of credit, and merchants cash advance. You could click all 3 credit reporting agencies, or you can just pick just 1 or 2 or whatever. So I'm going to do credit cards. I'm going to do Experian, because remember, if I just wanted to do Experian and if I wanted to do 3 rounds, then I could just pick the bank that I wanted to work with. Once I pick the bank, then I can pick what card I wanted to work with. Again, these are showing business, okay? Because remember, I chose business. And then I would just apply. And then I would do the same thing 3 more times here. So now I'm getting ready to go to the hybrid, switch to the hybrid mode. With the hybrid mode, again, it does come up already for you, the banks. But if I wanted to choose, a 4th, then, I could do the 4th here as well. If I wanted to get the bank and put, what card or whatever I wanted, I could add that. So just want to do a reminder, because we do have a post inside the Paid in Full community about Amazon. In August, American Express and Amazon are going to part ways. So make sure that you read up on this. From my understanding, if you still have the card, that is fine. I don't know how long it's fine for. Just read up on it, right? But that is a notice that, for just to let you know. All right. So this bank here, is the U.S. Bank. So basically what the system, it pulls up the cards that you qualify for. However, the interface, when you click on apply, it's whatever the bank interface is. All of them may be different. So when I'm applying for American Express, it may be different from Bank of America and US Bank. Okay. So just know when I go to apply, some may have the everything on one page. Some you may have to go to 3 different pages. So this is US Bank. It's talking about the points. If I want to set up a consultation, it's talking about reward points and so on. I come to here and then I apply now. When I apply, like I was saying, when it do pull up, all of them are gonna look different, and you'll recognize that. And when you're doing your funding, you want to make sure also that that you're remembering, right? So if I have my spreadsheet, for my banks and stuff, I'm gonna remember the data points that I use or what I use and stuff in here, because when I have my clients, I'm going to remember what I put, and making sure that I'm targeting clients that may have the same information, right? Because that's the goal, right? Or when I'm reaching out, my other clients, that they have the same standards that the other ones did. So just make sure that you can so now it's asking all the business information, save and continue, and then the next one will be like, do I qualify or whatever, right? But this is really it. Let me know if anybody have any questions on today's training so far, if everybody's good with the 4 ways to earn revenue with the score machine. If everybody has the paid in full community, if you do not, let me know. I'll make sure we add you to the community. And again, we thank you for being here. Mr. Johnson, how you doing, Mr. Ken? VIP Kingdom Life, thank you for being here. And Trey, thank you also for being here.
No problem.
Okay, well, thank you all. We'll be back tomorrow. Our training days, again, it's 8 o'clock, Monday through Friday. So we'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. And again, you can join inside the school machine, or you can join if you have the paid in full inside the calendar. You can join that way. So we will look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Y'all have a good night.
All right.
Good night.